Hello everyone, Dr. Ryan here. Let's talk social media. Let's talk Facebook. How many times do we have a written list ourselves, or even a new consultant? You know, they're brand new, they have a new written list, and they make this huge written list, right? 15 names on a piece of paper. And you know, you go on their Facebook profile and you look them up online, and they've got thousands of friends on Facebook. Thousands of friends on Facebook and 15 names on a written list. And you're looking at it and you're like, this just doesn't add up. And you know, a lot of times you have all these friends on Facebook personally and people on your team, and you know, you haven't spoken to some of these people in years, some of them decades, 20 years, 30 years, even more. And some of these people you haven't even seen since college, and you don't know how to reach out to them. You don't know what to say to them because you haven't spoken to them in so long. And what I want to go over today is on how to actually build your written list even bigger using social media, using contacts on Facebook, trying to reach out to those thousands and thousands of people in the proper way to do it. Let's say I got a guy, his name's Bob. You know, Bob's my go-to guy. And I see Bob's on Facebook. You know, I haven't spoken to Bob since college, and I want to go ahead and reach out to Bob and, you know, obviously try to expose the business to him or see if he's open. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll go on Facebook and I'll open up the messenger, and I'll go ahead and send him a private message. You see, I'm not going to put a public message. It's very important. Huge distinction. I'm not posting this on his wall. I'm not putting it out there for the entire public to see. This is going to be a private message between me and Bob. I'm going to go ahead and write him a quick little message. It's going to go something like this. I'm going to say, hey, Dr. Ryan here. Look, I know we haven't seen each other since college. Listen, I have something I want to talk to you about. Can you shoot me over your cell phone number, and when would be a good time to talk? That's it. I didn't say anything about a business opportunity. I didn't say anything about my company. I didn't say anything about earning potential. I didn't say anything really about anything. I just said I had something I wanted to talk to him about. And what this is going to do is it's going to strike a chord of curiosity, because he's going to look at it, and the first thing he's going to say is, well, you know, this guy didn't talk to me since college. And what I did was I identified that and I addressed it up front. I said, look, I know we haven't seen each other since college. So I put that up front, so I addressed the awkwardness in the conversation right away. Because that's the first thing that's going to cross his mind when he gets a message from me and he hasn't talked to me in 15 years. And the next thing I'm going to say is, look, I have something I need to talk to you about. And just shoot me over your number, when would be a good time to talk. Because what's he going to think? He's going to think, what does Dr. Ryan need to talk to me about? And what's going to end up happening is curiosity is going to get him, and he's going to go ahead and he's going to shoot me his contact information and a good time to call him. And now I'm dangerous because I just added a new name to my list. It's got his contact information. I even got a great time to call him. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to him, and I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. So now we're going to get on the phone. So what do I know about Bob now? I have his name, I have his phone number, and I know what state he lives in, because I could probably look on his Facebook and find out exactly where he lives. And I'll tell you why this is important. You'll see in the conversation that I go into right now why that's important. So, tires hit the road right now, rubber's hitting the road. Now, how do we do this? How are we going to make this phone call? How are we going to make this initial contact? So I pick up the phone rings, Bob says hello. I pick up and I say, hey Bob, how are you? He says, I'm doing good. How's everything on your side? I say, look, it's going great. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm going to go right into it. I'm not here to chit-chat, you know. I'm trying to make an invitation phone call to see if he's open to take a look at the opportunity or to see if he knows anyone. And this is how I'm going to go about doing this. I'm saying, hey, look, Bob, I know we have to catch up. I know we haven't seen each other since school, but listen, this is really important to me. I'm working with a company that's doing some major expansion into the Connecticut market. And I was wondering, do you happen to know anybody who might be looking for a great opportunity with an amazing company on a full or part-time basis? Because I'm part of that expansion team, and I just don't know a soul in Connecticut. And that's why I'm reaching out to you. Do you happen to know anybody that might be looking? And keep it really short and simple. Now, what I want to do is I want to go over some of the dynamics of that conversation and why it's important. The first thing I did is I said, hey, Bob, look, I know we got to catch up. and I know we haven't seen each other since school. Because I immediately identified the awkwardness in the conversation. I let him know, look, I know we haven't spoken in 10 years. I know we haven't spoken in 15 years. I know we haven't spoken in 20 years. But that's okay, because I had something really important I need to speak to you about. And then I addressed them exactly why I'm calling. Look, I'm working with a company that's doing some major expansion into blank market, into the Connecticut market, into the Maryland market, into the New York market. Doesn't matter. Wherever he lives, we're doing some major expansion into his market. And then I'm going to say, look, I was just wondering. And what I'm doing is in the next few lines, I'm going the referral route. I'm asking him, who do you know? I didn't directly approach him. I didn't go directly for him. I asked him, who do you know that might be looking for a great opportunity with an amazing company on a full or part-time basis? I let him know there's a full-time basis. I let him know there's part-time basis. And I asked him, who do you know? Because I didn't want to go directly for him. I didn't want to go for his jugular. Because a lot of times if you go the referral route, what'll end up happening is he'll say, well, I'm looking. I'm open. What do you got? What's this about? You know, what kind of opportunity is this? And then obviously sometimes he might say, well, you know, I actually got a guy who's looking to do something else. I got a guy who's looking to make extra money. I have someone that might be interested in what you got. And either way, it's a win-win situation. But it's really important when you speak to someone that you haven't talked to in a while, you don't want to jump on them, especially directly. You want to go the indirect route, and what will end up happening a lot of times is you say, who do you know that might be looking for a great opportunity? They'll raise their hand and say, well, I'm looking. What do you got? Or sometimes they'll go ahead and give you a referral. And either way, it's a win-win situation. And guys, this is Dr. Ryan going over exactly how to use Facebook to actually build your contact list, how to reach out to people you haven't spoken to in a while that's on your social media, and how to effectively get them to take a look at the business presentation and expose them properly. And I appreciate you guys so much. If you found some value in this video, go ahead, hit the subscribe link to stay in the loop for future updates. Hit the like button. Feel free to leave a comment below. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Again, this is Dr. Ryan, and I hope to see you guys in the byways and highways of the world.